Hi there. It's with a heavy heart that I am recording today's vlog. And my heart is heavy because I guess naively I would have thought that in this day and age we wouldn't still be having this debate. And yet, here it is. And if anything, it's becoming more prevalent given the context of our world at this time, which I won't get into because it's not the goal of this video. But basically, the topic today is, did I deserve it? And this is in relationship to specifically sexual violence. So I need to warn you that if this topic is a trigger for you, then stop watching. And also, this video does not constitute a therapeutic relationship. It does not express the beliefs of my college. It's for educational purposes only. And it is absolutely my opinion peppered with fact. So, yeah, if that's going to be triggering for you, you need to stop watching the video. Okay? I just want to be clear about that. So as you can tell from my tone, I have a very clear opinion about whether or not people deserve to be violated. But let's throw in some fact. Here in Canada, according to the University of Lethbridge, and I'm just reading my notes here, according to the University of Lethbridge, the criminal code defines sexual assault as any unwanted sexual act done by one person to another, or sexual activity without one person's consent or voluntary agreement. So, yeah, I think those two parts are really important. There is, of course, the notion of consent, and then there's also the notion of voluntary agreement. I'm not going to get into what those terms mean legally because I'm not a lawyer. I am a psychologist, and I am a psychologist who works in trauma. There is still so much stigma around sexual assault, particularly if you are serving in the military, if you are a first responder who has specialized training in martial arts or any kind of protective art, if you are a man, if you are a woman who is involved in the sex trade, if you are a man involved in the sex trade, if you are a woman who chooses to dress a certain way, if you are walking down the street by yourself, there's so much stigma. And I won't get into the stats. I'm going to include links to the stats, which again, I warn you, don't read the stats if you don't want to be horrified or you could be triggered. And I tried to include statistics, not just from the United States, but also from Canada, which is where I'm located, or statistics from around the world. So those will include somewhere. The powers that be that are better at technology will include those. So as you can tell, I definitely have a personal bias around this. It makes me angry that this is even a debate. I want to be clear. Any excuse to harm another or exert power over another who is, for whatever reason, more vulnerable than you in that situation, whether it's due to you have more power than them, meaning that you are their boss, or you could influence their employment, or you could influence their safety, or, and I made a list here, so I mentioned occupations. If you're too drunk to consent and someone violates you, that is a sexual assault. If you're dating the person and they want it but you don't, sexual assault. It doesn't matter how long you've been with that person. It doesn't matter what you choose to wear, whether you're a guy or a girl, or and I'm not going to get into the topic of gender right now, but no matter who you are or what you believe, you do not deserve to be violated, manipulated, if you in your heart of hearts mean, no, I don't want that. Or if you are somehow incapacitated to the point where you cannot give a voluntary agreement, it's not okay. And you didn't deserve it. I don't know how else to say it. And I know that there are more complicated situations out there, familial situations, or situations where there's been some sort of, I don't want to use the term gaslighting because that's being overused, or, but just where there's so much self-doubt that you can't even be sure anymore of who you are. I don't know. It's never okay. And you didn't deserve it. You could be the cruelest person on the planet, okay? Which I know you aren't because you're watching this channel and that means you're amazing. But you could be the cruelest person on the planet and you still don't deserve it. It's BS. I wish I could use stronger vocabulary right now. It breaks my heart that in this day and age, we are still having this question. It's not a question. It's not a question. You didn't deserve it. I believe that. I hope someday you can believe that. You didn't deserve it. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care who you are. Well, I do care who you are, but you didn't deserve to have someone take something that precious from you against your will. You have the right to consent or voluntary agreement. And if you can't provide those freely, then it is the other person who is in the wrong, not you. Okay, I'm going to stop lecturing now. I hope at some point in our future, we will never have to have this conversation again. I really do. So until next time, please take care of yourselves and please send yourself some loving compassion because you didn't deserve it. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.